Hello everybody, I'm Marie Ens here to tell you another story about a couple of our children that are at the place of rescue, whom the Lord rescued and brought to us in wonderful ways. God stepped in. We could not have found them. We could not have helped them. But He loved them so much and He stepped in and brought them to us. It was their encounter with God. The first is the story of a little girl named Sarah. Perhaps you brought her book. I wrote a book about her named A Forever Home for Sarah. Well, a lady in Siem Reap had a baby girl. The baby was born to her from a man that was married to somebody else. And of course she thought, well, he will end up marrying me, but of course that did not happen. And so she had this baby by herself. And can you imagine her sadness and horror when that baby was born and she first saw it and saw that this little baby had no forearms. She only had one little finger attached to her elbow on one arm. She loved this baby very much. She pitied it very much. And while she was looking after it, she took good care of it. She fed it well. But she was by herself. She needed some help. And unfortunately, according to the superstition in Cambodia, if a baby is born handicapped, they call it God-Marie. It means unlucky. It means whoever will look after that baby might have bad luck in their lives because of karma. They think that if a child is born handicapped, it's because in their previous incarnation they did so many bad things that this is their punishment, their reward for their bad life they lived. And so she took this baby to her mother. Her mother was not happy with her because she was already looking after one of the children that belonged to this lady. And now she was bringing her another one, and a God-Marie child at that. So she said, no, I'm not keeping it. I'm not helping you. And so the lady got on the bus and remembering that she had some relatives here in this area, she thought, well, I'll go find my relatives. Somebody will look after my baby for me. Because she had to work. Somehow she had to support herself. And so she came to this area, not far from Place of Rescue, and brought her baby and thought, maybe my relatives will help me. But nobody was going to look after this child. Nobody was going to help her. And so in desperation, not knowing what else to do, she made this terrible decision. She decided that she would just put her baby beside the path and hope that somebody would find it and take it and care for it. Such desperation, huh? And so that's what she did. She took her baby, wrapped in a blanket, cared for, and laid it on the path, and then she went away. A lady that was living in the area not far from where this baby had been dropped off came out and looked down the pathway and said, what's that? There's a child lying there beside the path. And she picked the baby up and took her home. And then she contacted us. Somehow she had heard of rescue. Who else but God, huh? She had heard about Place of Rescue and she brought this baby to us. She said, I found this baby lying beside the path. And so, of course, we were so happy to receive this child and give her the kind of care that she needed. She was just a tiny baby, maybe a month or two old. Well, the mother loved that baby. She did not have the heart to just walk away, go back to Siem Reap, not knowing what had happened to her baby. And so the next day she came and she looked, where's my baby? Maybe a dog got it. Maybe ants have been biting it. I have to go and look. So she went to check, and while she was standing there, no baby was there. While she was standing there wondering what on earth might have happened, the lady that had taken the baby saw her, and she knew her. She recognized her because, as I said, she had relatives in that area. And she said, was you that left that baby there? I'll show you where I took it. And so she brought the mother to us here at Place of Rescue, and we were able to meet her. And then I went back with some of my friends, we went back to that pathway to see where was this baby actually dropped off. And we spoke with the mother. Actually, I put the baby in the mother's arms. And then as I looked at her, wanting to take a picture, I saw, as it were, water dripping on the baby's blanket. And I looked at the mother's face, and she was just crying, so many tears falling on the baby's blanket. She pitied that blanket. She was sorry that she was in such desperation. But we were able to say to her, we'll take your baby. We'll take good care. And Jesus will forgive you. And we sent her away on her way. This wonderful little girl grew up so clever. She does beautiful penmanship. She writes Cambodian more beautifully than many Cambodian kids, with that one little finger on her one little elbow. She is a lovely, lovely girl. She's outgoing, she's clever. She's in grade 7 now, and she's going to have a good future. So much potential now with computers and all that. She can have a really good future. I believe Sarah loves the Lord. I believe the Lord chose Sarah special because he has a wonderful, wonderful plan for her ever since she encountered him as a baby girl.